In this video, I'm going to take you through the tutorial on the Google Code Labs creating a SQL database in the cloud. In this particular case, you're going to be using the Google Cloud Platform. Make sure you've got an account, and you're going to do the drop down here in the navigation menu, which will bring you to a choice that shows SQL down toward the bottom here. And I've probably passed it. There it is right there. So when you select that, it's going to ask you to create an instance. And you've got the choices of MySQL and these other two. I would choose this one. Now in this case, I've already done that, but I'll show you what it looks like. You'd select your instance ID, set a password, choose the region that's best for you and zone, as well as the database version, and hit create. Now in this particular case, I already have one that I've created previously. So I'll select this one, and we're going to go up here to activating the Cloud Shell. Okay, so in this particular case, what we want to do is connect this to our instance ID. We're using our ID that we set earlier and connecting to the root user. Okay, let's try that again. First we have to set the project apparently. Okay, this should do it. There we go. Now we're in the correct project, and now we can connect to the instance. Just gotta wait a sec for this. So we enter the password that we entered during the creation of the instance. And now we're in MySQL. Shows that everything's set up. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we know that our instance works. So we're going to run a query. Okay, so the fact that we got query okay, one row affected, we know we're good to go. So now we're going to type exit to get out of this prompt and on to the next step. Next thing we're going to do is get some sample data so we can make sure that everything is working correctly. To do that, that's in the tutorial as well. Okay, we're going to unzip that. Okay, that's good. Finally, what we're going to do is we're going to add that database, or add that data to the database. This may take a sec. Let's try that again. Okay, let's try that password again. Waiting for the data to load. Okay, now we'll connect into MySQL. Okay, so now we're into MySQL again. We're going to use the employees. And we're going to run a query. Okay, and these are the average salary by hire year and each one. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the department numbers. In this case, we've got 9 departments, and the sum of all salaries per department. Okay, we're going to go ahead and exit the database at this point. And the last thing we're going to do is work on deleting the instance from the Cloud Shell terminal. Okay, it wants us to confirm. Say yes. And we're just waiting for it to complete. Okay, so that's deleted. We'll get out of this view by going back to the SQL tab. Actually, let's just refresh this. And we should see that that instance is no longer there. And we can see here now that we're back that there are no instances. We also could have deleted it from the instance tab. That would have been another way to do that with the confirmation of having to type in the name. So a little bit different, but same way. So throughout this, we've set up the MySQL instance. We've opened up the Cloud UI. We've logged into it using MySQL. We've used the Cloud Shell to add data to it and load and query sample data, and then finally get rid of the instance. So that's the end of this recording. Thanks.